what-if scenarios we need in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. With Dragon Ball Sparking Zero releasing in just 2 weeks from now, the excitement for the game is ramping up exponentially. And as someone who likes dabbling into wishful thinking and imagining the most improbable scenarios, I am most excited for the custom mode / what-if scenarios that could potentially appear in the episode battles. Now, it has been confirmed that you can play the story mode from the perspective of 8 different fighters as of now, which are Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Green Goblin, Future Trunks, Frieza, Goku Black and Jiren. So in this video, I want to mention what if scenarios I would love to see in Sparking Zero. And before we get into it, feel free to comment on what if scenarios you would like to see, and if my what if scenarios are a bunch of baloney. Let's get into the video. Now, the first what if scenario I would like to see would be coming from the view of Piccolo / Goku. It sort of intertwines. The headline for this is, what if Piccolo doesn't destroy the moon? Now, we are all aware of the series of events that started off the Dragon Ball Z series. After Goku beats the Green Goblin, the world is at peace for a long period of time, and within that era, Kakarot gives Chi-Chi the Kakarot, Gohan pops out, and etc. Until Raditz pulls up out of nowhere, talks all that bullshit just to get washed, and then proceeds to snitch and say, "F you guys, I'm gonna get my big homies to avenge me." And the Z fighters have a year to train, and within this time frame, Piccolo takes young Gohan under his wing. Piccolo leaves Gohan stranded alone in the wilderness to help him become stronger. An extremely well thought out and definitely not life-risking plan to give a 4-year-old. Anyways, some days or months into the training, while eating some sour apples, Gohan realizes that he can still see his shadow in the nighttime, reacting like a dog seeing its reflection for the first time. He looks up to the full moon and realizes that it's the culprit for this phenomenon. However, during this realization, he begins to mega evolve into a filthy Gigantamax monkey. And now, we have arrived at the what if scenario. I just had to build up everything there. The what if scenario of Piccolo choosing to or not to destroy the moon. As we all know, a full moon is the trigger to a tailed Saiyan activating their ape mode and unlocking 10 folds of power. So, Piccolo choosing not to destroy the moon would be a big changing point because it would enable a plethora of scenarios and branches within the timeline. The most important one I'd say would be the outcome of the Vegeta x Nappa arrival. I would love to see a what if scenario where Vegeta and Nappa end up turning into apes, and what type of effect it would have on the fate of the Earth. Let's say the full moon appears just moments after Goku immobilizes Nappa, and Vegeta, instead of blitzing Nappa, goes ahead and says, "Don't worry, Nappa, the full moon is upon us." And then they both transform, meaning Nappa, who is injured, will bypass all of his previous injuries and will team up with Ape Vegeta since they still have consciousness. And now Krillin, Gohan, and Goku have to fight against 2 Dynamaxed apes. That'll definitely be an interesting twist for the story. I've always wondered what would happen if Nappa wasn't killed, because Vegeta did say that they timed their arrival with the next full moon on Earth. So I'm just thinking, what if he didn't kill the bald-headed ape? And if that is a bit overkill for a scenario, we could also transfer it to Goku and Vegeta's one-on-one. What if Vegeta transformed a bit earlier? Perhaps before the Kameyomama and the Gallic Gun Beam battle. Because the main reason why he hadn't transformed at that point was because there was no full moon and he had to create his own artificial one. Now, if he did transform a bit earlier, what would happen then? It would lead to Goku having less time to recover and essentially putting him at a disadvantage. And now I would love to play in a mode where I'm as a much weaker Goku, and I feel like it would be a good condition, a good level condition where you're playing as an extremely weaker Goku who has just come up against 8 Vegeta. You just finished using ×4 Kaioken and he nullified it by turning it into a Great Ape mid-beam battle. This one is a bit wayward, but hey, it's still a scenario here and there, and Sparking Zero might have it. Probably not. I could go on about multiple scenarios that could come from Piccolo not destroying the moon. I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet though, so let's move on. The next what if scenario I would like to see is much further down the Dragon Ball timeline, and it's also from the view of Goku or Vegeta. Within the Tournament of Power, what if Sparking Zero gave us the opportunity to see what would happen if Goku and Vegeta did a Potara fusion against the grey alien Jiren. Now I say Potara fusion specifically because if my memory served me correct, these guys were struggling to perform a perfect fusion dance in DBS Broly, so it would be a pretty risky move to try that in the Tournament of Power. Although Gogeta is stronger, it really wouldn't be feasible in this scenario. Vegito versus Jiren would be insane to look at. Would the buff, bold alien be strong enough to take on the third strongest fusion in history? Or would Vegito be pushed to the brink and develop a transformation even greater than Super Saiyan Blue? And I'm going to stop right there because this is creeping into the territory of Sparking Zero introducing exclusive transformations like Vegito Blue Evolution or Ultra Instinct Vegito, which I doubt would be a thing in this game. If a what-if scenario were to be introduced, I'm sure it would tie back into the lines of them taking each other out of the tournament, because at the end of the day, we still need Chad 17 to make the very wholesome wish that truly saves the universes from their impending doom. Still, it would be very cool to see Vegito take on several characters within the Tournament of Power. See them run the gauntlet, might I say. Anyways, these are the two of the few scenarios I would like to see in Sparking Zero. I mean, I do have many more, so if you guys are interested in the second part, don't forget to like the video. It's going to let me know. This game is just around the corner and I genuinely cannot wait to explore it a bit further, so if these what if scenarios are in the game, I'ma pat myself in the back. Now I shall ride off into the sunset with Ultra Instinct Vegito.